Hello and welcome. Uh, okay, good. There is audio. Nothing was coming through there for a second, and I was confused. But we are on the moon because we are going to be building some ships. And why not build them here? But it's been a little bit since I played some Space Engineers. Not that, you know, I've been playing it, but I just haven't made any content in Space Engineers. Sorry about that, but soon Season 5 will be coming, and it is going to be epic. And for Season 5, I'm trying to figure out what to do for a starting ship. And if I just plunk this thing down, and let it come to a rest. This is my current design, which is essentially just I mean, it's what the Wave Rider was at the end of Season 4, the Wave Diver. No, it's a slight variation of that. It's the same form as the Wave Rider. You got the wings. It's got some hydrogen thrust. And, I mean, it's totally capable of flying not only in atmosphere, but on the moon and such. And it would be capable of going interplanetary with my Season 5. But I'm not 100% sure about its design. For one, it doesn't have any weaponry. I think I should at least start with like an autocannon turret or something. And also, since it is so close to a Wave Rider, I mean, it's kind of, you know, boring in that sense. Like, if I do a very... Oh, one mod is getting the effect with the thrusters. It's really cool. Yeah, I think it's like a... Is it Mex Pex or something? But yeah, it's a thruster mod to change the look of the thrusters so that when they're not firing, they actually don't show anything. And when they do fire, the thruster comes out at different sizes. So it's just a tiny little thruster when you're just hovering and such. But then when I actually lift off, it's full burn. And I believe when I'm in atmosphere, it gives off a really cool particle effect. But anyway, if I just pop into a spectator camera and zip on over to my testing grounds on the planet, yeah, I'll pop out here. Let me quickly GPS this so I don't frickin' lose it. Never be able to find my stuff again. We have Season 1 of Space Engineers was just the normal Space Engineers lander. Season 2 was this little jump jack here with this absolutely tiny ass thing. What is that? Is that like a piece of glass in there? I'm so confused. When did that get in there? Oh no, wait, that's the glass from the animated cockpits. Right. Oh, it's just out of position, that's all. Okay. It'll probably be fixed if I just delete and repaste. Yeah, there we go. Now it's fixed. Anyway. This was Season 2. This worked well for a start on the moon, but is very utilitarian. Season 3 was the rover season, and that's when we started with the Bison. I absolutely adore the Bison and love its design here, how you could access the H2O2 from the sides, you could put in your bottles, you could access the survival kit from the side there, and we had the cargo access all the way to the survival kit through here. And we had the turret on the top and the solar panel, made this thing perfect. And then we have the... God, the animated cockpits kind of break when you load into the game too many times. I guess the parachute's activated. We had the Wave Rider. which worked for season 4's start, because we were doing it on the water. So we had a spacecraft, a truck, a boat, and I was kind of wanting to do a plane as season 5 start. And so we would have this thing, which would essentially be a space plane. So if I just gotta turn on the thrusters here and just take it on out to somewhere where it's a bit more open. As you can see, the really cool thruster effects as this thing is in atmosphere. God, I love that mod. Makes things look so cool. But let's just do a little run through of this. Has the thrusters in the back, large hydrogen going into here. If I take away some of this stuff, we can see there's a conveyor thing here, so we can do our ports up so these engines can get some hydrogen. There's a cargo container into a survival kit, and then there's a H2O2 into the cockpit. In all, it would actually work quite nicely. And you access the inventory through the survival kit. You just press I on the survival kit, and then you can go into and remove stuff from the medium cargo container. In case you didn't know you could do that. MechSpecs Hydrogen Visuals. I believe that's what it's called, yes. It's a very nice hydrogen visuals mod. And with the next season, I'm going to have not only realistic orbits, but realistic thrust, which if you haven't used that before, essentially if you have a grid that is completely imbalanced, like, oh god, I could just slap some thrusters onto this thing to show what I'm talking about. If I have some large thrust, but it's all at like the very back of the thing, or maybe all at like say the very front like this, you can see that if I try to take off with just that, I rotate instead of lift. You see that? That's realistic thrust mod. So that means in order to hover, you have to balance your thrust. So I would have to add in thrust at the back of the ship in an appropriate amount, like this, and then I can lift off. Even then, it's a little bit imbalanced. But at least it doesn't rotate me anymore. I can actually lift. So you have to plan your ships out so that you have an appropriate amount of thrust in various locations so that you actually fly correctly. This little ship here, if I'm in this configuration, this is just my atmospherics. My atmospherics will be enough to get me off the ground, I think. Come on. Oh, no, wait, this is just my wheels. Atmospherics, turn on. There we go. Come on. Get me off the ground. There we go. They are ever so slightly pitching me downwards. When I'm flying with my atmospherics. However, I can just use my my flight script, and everything works fine because the script is going to automatically compensate. So it's just does it work with vector thrust? I have no idea. Let's go try it out. We'll try it in a second here. And then if I choose to turn off my atmospherics and run on just my hydrogen, the same thing, the hydrogen pitches me down a bit harder though. So this thing is not perfectly balanced. Its main thrust is a little bit high, it seems. But it is theoretically flyable because, you know, I can just use a script to hold my attitude. But, I mean, when we're in our glide mode here, I'm not thrusting at all. We're just nicely gliding in. There's no issues. If I just need occasional thrust, I can easily fight that just with my gyros, just manually, and everything works fine. And we'll come in for a landing here. Pitch up, plunk down. And that's the ship as it currently is. But I want to change that. There is this thing, which I found on the workshop. This is not my build. This is a workshop build. What the hell is this thing called? So I can give the creator some credit. The Scout Type 3. Type 3. Scout? It's got to load all my blueprints again. It'll just be a second for that to load in here. Ooh. There it is. Patrick. Patrick on the workshop. Scout Type 3. Little VTOL aircraft using the new blocks. The hell? Thing is not even... Not functioning. Oh, right. It's on charge. I'm an idiot. I gotta turn off the charge. Ooh, what is this? Error complex? Please edit and rebuild this script. What? Okay. VTOL. So, I mean, you can do the realistic thrust with VTOL. But you can see here, as I'm just holding still, the thing's slowly pitching up. And as I push forward here, the thing pitches down. It's a bit wild. But one of my ideas was to do a VTOL-like craft whether it be a two-beam thing. God, this thing's upside down. You know, like this thing, where it's got the central line and then a thruster on each side, like a big thruster unit, or whether it be a 4-unit thing. Oh, can I bring up a picture here? Yes, I will. I'll link this in chat. I think that, or is that going to be, no, that's too long. I can't link that. No. Okay. Let me just do something real quick here. Give me a minute. I want to show off a couple concept arts that I found that I want to see if I can make. We'll just save these images to desktop. And then I'll slap them in through here with OBS. New. Image. Image. Browse. Desktop. Where'd those go? Where'd I save those? Oh, I saved them to that folder. Okay. No, go to the desktop, you dummies. There we go. That thing. I could try to make that. That would look really cool. And also the other image here. Or I could try to make something like this. It'd be like a crab. You'd have 4 thrusters. And so when it turns down, like, landing legs would be there. And when it turns up, it would thrust away. Or you'd have it with the 2, and you have this Osprey-like thing. Yeah. Like a hydrogen-powered Osprey. So Something along those lines. That's kind of what I want to do today. And let me just remove those real quick here. Yes, remove. There we go. So, let's head back to the moon, because that's kind of a cool place to do it. Okay. So these were kind of my rough outlines for the concepts of them, where I need to worry about not only my forward and back, but also my side, sorry, I need to start that sentence again. I need to not only worry about my up and down, as these would be my main lifting thrusters, especially if I make it VTOL, but it would also be my main forward and back thrusters. And so with realistic thrust, I'm going to have them be centered along here, where if we look at that image here, you can see they're at like the top, which won't work with realistic thrust. That would actually push me downwards when they're thrusting forward. So it won't look exactly like that. But I'm thinking this about the approximate shape of it. And this would be if it was like 4 thruster stuff. But I think we're going to cut that design. What do you guys think better? A 4 thruster symmetrical thing. It would be a lot more stable in the realistic thrust. Or a 2 thruster Osprey type. What do you guys think? What should I be building tonight? Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is a new ship that I built the other day. Just like a cargo survival thing that got the 2 variants, the short one and the one with the solar panel. 4 thrusters in an X pattern. An X pattern? I mean, not like the H pattern like I have it here. But you're like talking specifically having it like yeah, let me get some symmetry back on here. You're talking specifically having it like come back on an angle like this? Ah! Dear God! Space Engineers jump scared me with its music. What the hell? Look at that. I mean, I could actually make that work. And then right in the middle here would be access. So just mocking it up would be access to the survival kit right in the middle. Looks like a frog. Well, we could call it the frog. Why not? Why the hell not? So it'd be that, and then we'd have like cargo, and then connector. Blah, 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 blah. What about bats? Oh, right. I gotta get H2 in this thing somewhere. Maybe just 1 cargo. Maybe I gotta make its butt a bit bigger and put H2 back here. So now it's the time to just start the process. I'm just gonna move this back over here. I'll save that for another day, or if we get this one done quick, we can try making that one as well. But right now we're just gonna mock this out. Can take away some of the struts. And we could go like H2 sticking out the butt like this. I don't need any backwards thrust. I actually don't need thruster on here because all the thrusters are going to be on the arms here. Because it's going to be thrust. We'll do industrial because those are cool. All the thrusters will be like here. I'm just gonna find an, oh, I have a better image of something I could make this look like. This guy. Let me save and put this guy up on the screen. I'll put him in the corner. I can hear my dog giving me a woof, but I'm not gonna let her out because she just went out and she just had a chew, and she should be happy, but she's not, and so she's being kind of annoying. This thing. We will make... Oh, God, no, I don't want to do that. I want to scale it. There we go. Yeah, we'll put that down here in the corner so people can see what I'm trying to do. You guys don't need to see my health. I'm creative. I'm not going to die. So then we can do something like an H2O2, and then like an oxygen tank. Oh yeah, articulated thrusters. They're all gonna rotate with the VTOL script. At least that's the plan so far. And we can put on a cockpit, like an industrial one. However I want to make that line up. Whatever. It's not lined up for the conveyors right now, but I'm just trying to get the idea of what this thing is going to look like. Ah! No! Okay. I screwed up. Okay, it's okay. I can rebuild it. We have the technology. It's this side. Boop. There we go. Connect them. Alright. Do some like that. Alternatively, these could be a bit closer. They don't have to be this far out. So I could cut this back, and I could have these thruster pods just off of here, like this. And same thing up here. So I'll tighten it in a little bit. That's good. So it's like 3 blocks past there, and it's like 4 blocks past there. But yeah, that I don't. This part of the connector I don't count as part of the ship because that's got to connect with other places. So that's a symmetrical ship. We've got our 4 thruster pods. We got our large tank. We're not going to need much battery on this thing. We could probably just get away with like having a single battery on the roof or something. Just like somewhere around here. Ooh. Definitely take this cargo container and give him a rotate. And place all this stuff so that I can do a small and a turret. Something like that on the roof of it. Batteries up front on side of O2 gen. Oh, I suppose I could sneak them in right here. I have this oxygen tank. Just for that, but I could easily chunk a few batteries in like this. We have to make sure we watch our center of gravity, which I think I can turn that on, right? Center of mass. Yeah. So you can see we're a little bit forward now, so we'd have to add some more stuff in the back. But we could make it work. Alternatively, we can just have... Oh, I don't want to get rid of that whole thing. This side will fall off. I just connect that to the container there. Alternatively, I could just have the batteries more centralized. I can do this. Get rid of this. Goodbye, cockpit. I can put a conveyor that directs up and down. I can do an H2O2. No, wait. I want to do the survival next. So I'd have to make sure I can still access the survival panel. But then this would allow me to put a centralized connector pointing downwards, which would be very nice. And then I can put the AI blocks right on the top of the connector, so this thing would be easy to AI in the future. And then we can do... And I can do what? Because I'm trying to think. When we build something in this survival kit, we want large connections all the way through to the back, so that way I can get the materials out of it easily. Is this the new starter ship for the next series? Yes. That's the idea, is to build up a starter ship today. Then we can do H2O2 gen, and then I want the industrial cockpit. I don't need to have the industrial cockpit. I could have a normal cockpit here, and that makes the connection a bit... No, the connection's still bad. I can just do a conveyor converter. We have that now. I can just do this. I can just go ba-ba, and then I can go ba-da-da. Oh, I can make it with the cab. Oh, I can make it with the cab. Cab would be up there, but industrial cockpit would be down here. I mean, I'm an industrial cockpit enjoyer. I truly enjoy this cockpit the most because you got, I think, one of the better field of views. And I could totally make that work. And now look at that. Mass is right there. Yes, mass will go forward slightly once I fill that up with ice. Get some gyros, etc. I think gyros are going to be spread out into the engine pods here. It's going to be like a gyro each or something along those lines. Oh yeah, the reason why I move this forward, so this is here, is so that I can do batteries like this on the side of this conveyor in the center. And then it's not interfering with your access to the survival kit. That's why I moved those. And then conceivably on top, I could just take that away, and I could just plunk myself a Gatling turret, because look, this large port right there. Bada boom. Easy peasy. But if I just grab a bison, I have done this with the turret before, where you can see if I take away this turret, it's actually on a line of that. It's connected through a small connector. And it lined up nicely with the engine on the back, but I'm not sure. I wish Keen would make the custom turret controller able to control hinges and rotors using the WASD, so we could have vectoring thrusters in Stock Space Engineers. Because I'm stuck on Xbox. Yeah, that would be interesting. I think there's a few scripts that they should make stock, so that people can have access to them, or at least make their functionality stock. Like on the turret controller, how we got the sun tracking out of the turret controller, and that allowed everyone to not need to have that programmable block with like Izzy's tracking script or something, so that they could just, you know, do it. But if you could have, say, like a vectoring hinge, like a vectoring rotor or something like that, and it's very specific, like when you select this option on this rotor, it uses what's attached to it as vectoring, then you could do it. It'd be interesting. So I think that works as sort of the general concept. Yeah, some sort of inventory management system would be nice to have. Like the ability to just go in and just like label a container. Like, let me just throw one down here. You know how on a sorter, how you've got all these different options where you can say like what you want there and such? Can imagine this on a cargo container where you just selected a thing on and off of like, this cargo container will automatically gather items of a particular type. Say yes, whitelist construction components, and then that cargo container will automatically pull construction components to it from anywhere it's connected to. That would be really cool. Something along those lines. Okay. This is version 1. We'll make a copy of it so we have it as a version, and we can see how it evolved over time. Now, we can start thinking about armor shaping this thing. So, is this what I need? Obviously, what we need to get also into here is we need to get some gyros, we need to get some programmable blocks, we need to have the AI. Like, for example, what I'd really like to do is this turret is kind of in the way. Yeah, I'd like to throw in a hydrogen generator, at least one hydrogen generator, at least one, although I won't have access to them yet, but I can pick up small amounts from drones, at least one for uranium, a little reactor, so that it would be able to use any uranium I've come across. But I don't like having that turret there, because it's very useful to have the AI flight blocks directly over the connector. Can we have a spoiler? You're starting in space. We're on a planet. I want to start in space. That is my plan. Let me just turn off the mirroring. So, like, if I put AI defensive, and then AI flight, and then, like, AI... basic? We can do, like, recorder on each side. And then, like, AI basic. This would be pretty much all the AI this thing could possibly need. And because they're positioned over what will be a central connector, it's going to be good. Easiest way to say it. Because then it won't have that displacement problem. I don't know if you guys saw my PSA that I made where it was like, PSA, watch out where you place your AI blocks, because if you place them way out on, like, far on the other side of the ship and it tries to return, it puts the AI block where it wants to go, not the connector that you may be trying to line up. So you have to go and say, oh, well, have the AI blocks as close as you can to overtop your connector. It just makes life easier. But anyway, I don't need to put them there, but it just makes life easy, so I kind of want to have them there. So I'm wondering if this entire area is going to also have, like, a thin coat of, like, half on it. And so that gives me this, like, one block region here to do some things. Because then what I could conceivably do is, using, say, this port for access or this port for access, I could get some hydrogen generators or something in here. So yeah, it's the reactor one that has the cycle. So, like, ooh, I could just have the turret right here. And I could place this from other things. So if those are going to be there, we can do, like, an engine back here. Although it's kind of troublesome. So I could possibly put an engine there. Conveyor there. To match that up. The AI block, I lost the defensive one, so I need the... I'll put a defensive and I'll put an offensive, so I have the full suite of AI blocks there. This could be a armor shape downwards from here. Like so. You know, this kind of thing. Yeah, something like that. Cover up the top of it. And also I'm going to go shut that engine off because I don't want to listen to it the entire time. Then somewhere around here, I'm not sure how I could do it, but I want to maybe, like, put a turret there. Where could I sneak in a turret on this thing is a really good question. I almost want to sneak in, like, an autocannon somewhere. I know what I can do. I can be a sneaky bugger. Okay. I know what I can do. Take this off. take this off. Make sure this is all attached so that doesn't fall off. Okay, it's good. Take this out. Do the conveyor converter here. Then put the large size of the H2O2 gen on that side. Then put the cockpit. Like so. And that gives me a port there. And then all I need to do is just use blah, 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 blah. The conveyor reinforced to do this. And then boom. Turret. That could work. $500 mil. God, this thing is not that large. This thing's a pretty small little craft. Ah! I accidentally deleted it. There. We can do armor shaping later. But that would be the concept. So that still allows access to here. We've got access to some side ports here, so maybe in the future if I wanted to, I could like pop out these sides and put turrets on them if I wanted to. Oh, no wait. I'm not doing that. I'm doing batteries there. What am I on? I'm thinking of the wrong thing. We're doing bats there. Right. Top conveyor port could allow ammo to 2 cat guns. Well, yeah, you could do that. Block weapons. I got some modded weapons in here, but it's just going to be vanilla for this series, I think. But yeah, you could theoretically put like a pair of GATs there. And do that. Which wouldn't be a bad little thing. Well, that gives almost his weaponry. What about bats above the thrusters? I could possibly to save on space in the main design. The thing is I don't actually need that many batteries. Yeah, I don't think I need that many batteries on there. I think just the 2 on the side here. We're starting to drift a little bit more mass to the front because of these changes, but we're also going to probably put a bit more mass in the back once we start doing some stuff back here. How are you going to H2 to those thrusters? Oh, that's the next part. Let's take a copy so we can look back at the evolution of this thing once we get to the end of the stream. Let's think about porting thrust out to these thrust pods. So here, that's where the thrust is going to be. Or at least somewhere along there. Don't need that. Need this. Nice and solid down the center. Okay. Let me just clean this up. I do have a port there. Oh my god, that decision to swap the conveyor sorter and the conveyor converter and the H202 was perfect. So it lines up right here. So essentially what this is going to do is we're going to have some quantity of small connectors coming out, probably the 2. I want this to clear these batteries. And then we're going to advanced rotor it. I could small advanced rotor it. I mean, I theoretically could do a large advanced rotor, but then I need a large port in the back. Then I'd have to put in, like, large conveyors, and then the whole thing would just get large. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the ones in the back here are going to come off of the hydrogen tank. So it's going to be like another couple thing out here. Because what I could do is I could figure out a way. I'd have to add in a whole bunch of large conveyors, but I could have that be my connections. Or I do this. And do a small one, and then I can coat it with armor. I can do this all the way around it. And make them my own custom ports. Because I could put things in like here. And then conveyor off of this. Actually, off of this, it's just going to go straight into a conveyor converter? No, it's going to be one, then a conveyor converter. That gives me a little bit of space for our armor ones. For our, like, armor shaping. So I can do something like that. And then I would have the thrusters pointing downwards. So, that conveyor converter facing downwards. Thruster facing downwards. Yeah, it's going to use the VTOL script to change the direction of those thrusters automatically. So when I press forward, the thrusters are going to rotate back and push that way. When I come to a stop, like when I let go of W, the thrusters will rotate this way and push back. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna try that script real quickly here. I'm just going to slap a programmable somewhere on this. Where do I want to put it? I'll just slap it in right there for now. And let's throw the VTOL script on there and see how it works. I wonder if I'm even subscribed to the VTOL script. I don't even think I'm subscribed to it. Alright, time to go find it. Off to the workshop. Workshop. VTOL. Most popular. There's a lot of builds. Script. What's it called? I don't know what the script is called. Help. Wait, I know something in my world, vector, that's what it's called, vector thrust. Vector thrust. Let's see. Most popular of all times. Vector thrust. There's a vector thrust 2. There's a vector thrust OS. That has been updated in a year. I know. What was it? Yes, remember those changes. If I bring up the Scout Type 3 thing, this little helicopter. I know this helicopter has VTOL on it. So I can just steal the program from it. Vector Thrust OS. Okay, that's the one it's using. 22116. Okay. Vector Thrust OS. So let me grab that. Vector. I thought I subscribed. Oh, it's probably not there yet. Refresh. Ah, there it is. It's a lot of code. Okay. Tags not applied. Apply them with apply tags. Whoa, look at that. Look at those move. That was automatic. So I have to go to the program, apply them with apply. I just put that in as the run that. Hey, look at that. Whoa, that looks awesome. Okay, let's get the back ones up as well. Now, the back ones should be aligned or slightly wider or slightly narrower than the front ones. So should they be on like the same line here? Or should they be like 3 or 4 blocks out wider? Like basically like the whole width wider? That's probably too much. But maybe like just a block or 2 wider. So let's try, say... Because this thing here is 1, 2, hinge. I got 1 wider, 1 thinner. They can be damaged by the front ones? I don't think so. Damage distance for large grid, sorry, for small grid, large thrust is want to say 4 or 5 blocks. Let's go and check. Space engineers, thruster damage. Thruster damage range. Small grid. Large hydro. 7 small blocks. Seven blocks. Okay. So if this is fully rotated up, it would be here. So 7 blocks back would be here. So realistically, we're good. You're running build vision. You can turn that on. Oh, how? You can turn that on build vision. Didn't know that. Let me just throw this one on here. Let's just get it going. Control equals. Whoa! Hello. Woo! Look at that! I didn't even know that existed! What? I learned something new tonight! Oh my god! This is like intense! Oh, look at that! All the stats! The stats! Oh my god! The stats! It shows you the connection points! That's amazing. I love it. Okay, it's good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, God. It's giving me so much information now. Okay, overlays off. It was too much. I couldn't handle it anymore. Too much information for my tiny little brain. Okay. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. We'll get those on there. And then we'll throw on a few gyros. Gyros. Astro. We'll just put them on the battery here. And we'll take a copy of this. Whoa! Huh! Okay. It's moving. Okay. Oh god, we got sideways. We don't have any sideways thrust. We're wiggling. We're wiggling. Okay. Can I land real quick? Please? Can I land? Why am I not landing? I'm not going down. Do I have to Where's my programmable block? I'm slowly flipping here. This is not good. There it is. Recompile. Ah! Okay, we're crashing. Just gotta get this thing off. Yeet. Okay. Can we... Let's just go into space for a second where it's not gonna... Hopefully it won't flounder as much. Oh, whoa, I just pasted it and my camera zipped away. Okay. Can I get into this thing? Hey, look at the thrust. Woo! Whee! Oh, dude, this is incredible. Although what I kind of want to do, and also that's getting very annoying sound, is these different rotors here. Their velocities, so weird. Minus 90 and plus 90? There we go. Wait, it's not moving. Come on. Go forward. Why can't I fly forward? Oh, I guess I have to have them pretty much uncapped then, don't I? Maybe like 100? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Okay. I love it though. I absolutely love how silly these things are. We'll just uncap this again. Jeez, this thing is loud. Can we get some I guess not on the subgrids. Just get some side and some braking thrust. At least a small amount. I might have to put in some like RCS packs like that essentially. I'll extend out the displacement of the rotors to max, so they have a bit more space. Okay, let's fly back to the testing ground here. What in God's name is this monstrosity? I don't know, but it's working. Ah. Crash into the moon. I'm going as fast as I can here. I'm going 150 meters a second. Oh Jesus, this thing. God, it flies like a freaking fucking Bronco. Fly me into the moon. Let me crash among the stars. Oh God, this thing. It flies so weirdly. Ugh. And can this thing actually just, you know, like, hold still for a second? No, it just sits here and just rotates. Because I got that one thruster in the back. Okay. I need to get rid of that thruster. Get! Okay, now it actually kind of just hovers. And remember, this is with realistic thrust. So as it thrusts, it's also applying rotation to my grid. So let's take a single gyro and override it. Dude, this is actually flying. It's not too bad, too. Dude, I'm actually hovering, like, somewhat. I think I don't need any up or down. I just need side-to-side control. For my automatic stuff. Go ahead and put these here. Does that work? Ah, no, they don't fire. Okay. It'll just be the big boys on the pods. But with a gyroscope on override, this thing flies decently. Need to put landing gear and cover the thruster with metal. Oh, I can do that. I mean, I'm holding steady. I can bring that in for a landing when I need to. Yeah, nothing says a landing like thrusters doing a 360. Bonk. So what is it? It would be forward, down, backwards, up. Oh, I can do little rotations with my thrusters. I can swim, swim, swim the little thruster legs. Woo! Whee! It's kind of the reason why I want to take these rotors, and I'd like to do, like, minus 90-90 on them, but I don't think the script likes that. Actually? Because it might be trying to go the other direction with it. Actually, looks like it's able to handle it. I mean, I'm testing it in gravity here. It's just, you know, low gravity. If I have it this way, at least my thrusters won't ever be in a situation where they're pointing upwards. I don't know, maybe I do need that. I'll leave them unlimited for now. So I can point them upward if I need to. This way I can have a massive amount of thrust in any direction I need it to. So, alright, let's do a quick test here. I need to get to orbit real fast. Let's go. That's some good speed. And whichever way I'm going, it'll stop me up and then hold me still. And I can spin around, and I can rotate in any direction. And then I can just push that way. Flying in, and then my thrusters spin around and stop me. Nice. I mean, that'll work. Look at that. This thing's gentle. I can just, like, walk forward with it. Okay, I'm having too much fun just flying this thing around. We need to continue building it. But, you know, it can just stop on a dime. Thrusters just do its things. I do need more side-to-side thrust, and that side-to-side thrust needs to be part of the main body. Yes, it's going to be a moon start for Season 5. Bad thing is this thing literally does not have the concept of inertial dampeners. Alright. The mule. Gotta work. Alright, it was control... Oh god, no. Wrong thing. Control... There. So, let me just... turn that program off. And go to those thrusters and turn off their overrides. And let me... actually, can I take this rotor? Nope, it's not letting me. This rotor! Yeah, you're gonna burn the front guy. Yeah, so they're a little too close here. But this is with the large industrial thruster, which is what I want it to have, because those look good. So I might need to move the thrusters like a block out on each direction. I might need to make the ship just that little bit wider in every direction in order to make things work. I still want to have this be the center. We just rotate this back around to off. But it might need to get a block wider this way and a block wider that way. Yeah, but I still need to put armor on the top of these, so it'll barbecue the armor a little bit. I think just for safety reasons, having the whole thing be a block wider would be good. I think I can move the front out a block, because as it stands, if we do some symmetry here, the front is a block closer than that one. So yeah, the front can go a block out. Okay. Good test. Let's continue. Take another copy of this thing. Oh no. Okay, it's gonna fly away. I gotta go turn off VTOL script. Off! Script off. And then thrusters. No override. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so we shall take the blue off. We'll slice these front arms off. Gone. We'll reattach them in a second. We need this to be a block further outwards. So, probably the easiest way to do that is to just remove this, move this, move these. Just pull that back for now. Move this forward by one. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do a conveyor frame. And then a survival kit. Then our conveyor converter. Then our H2O2 gen. Then our cockpit. Gotta search for it. Every time I search for it, I just write it in cock and it feels funny. Boom. And now we go symmetry back on. Doo-da-doo-da. Double it up. And if we do the symmetry front and back again. Right over top. It's right over top on each side. Okay. So that makes them symmetrical now. Absolutely delicious. Wonderful. And tasty. That is. Alright, so this is going to be this, and then this. I could, but it's really fast to just rebuild. It's a simple, I haven't done a lot of armor shaping yet, so it's not really that hard to just slap on a few new things here. Actually, I don't even need the thing. I can just put them directly onto the side like that, can't I? I could. I think the armor shaping would be better, though, if I had the thing there. Because then I can armor shape around that thing. Yeah, I'll do that. I think that's better. Okay. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. This thing is going to be a pain in the ass to fly, but it's going to be fun. Okay. I guess we could do a little bit of armor shaping now. I don't know if that's exactly where the gyros are going to go. We're going to move those, probably. Need too small thruster below the landing gear to allow landing. Oh, right. And I'm going to have crash counter next season. Yes. There will be a crash counter in the next season. It'll be high. It'll be a big crash counter. I was contemplating have landing gear on these arms. Oh, actually, I shouldn't do that. I should just have landing gear on the ship that is a block lower than the arms. So, like... Okay, let's side on the bottom like that. So that's how low down the landing gear need to land. I kind of want to have a landing gear at each thruster pod. Retractable on pistons? Are you wanting Clang to eat me? I mean, it's an idea, but Clang will probably destroy me if I do it on pistons. But I like the concept, so let's give it a go. Let's do that. Says the guy making flailing thrusters. Touche. Touche. Do I need full landing gear or do I just need mag plates? Let me extend those pistons now. And also, 1 second. Oh, yeah, I just need mag plates. I totally just need mag plates. I just gotta do something on my other monitor here real quick. I have recently become addicted to a mobile game, and I've set up an emulator, and I'm running that on my other monitor so I can play my mobile game, my little like passive game, while I'm playing Space Engineers. And I just need to reset my my auto battler. Go. Okay, there my auto battler's good. Yeah, we totally don't need anything but those, and then mag plates on those. No, I'm playing Azur Lane because cute ship girls. I need to catch them all. Can't make this work. Put those all into a group. I've returned from Baldur's Gate. It's about time. Hey, but I'm gonna go back to Baldur's Gate probably tomorrow. So it's not gone yet. I'll have to make sure that I've got an event controller. Or maybe a timer. So that when I want to undock and I disconnect... Or wait, oh, I want to try this. Okay. Give me this thing here. Cut it loose. Never mind. Let's turn the VTOLs. If we're going to have the VTOL script on, we might as well make sure it works. On. Recompile. No usable controller found. What? Apply tags. There you go. I love this ship so far. I think this is the best ship I've ever made. Alright. God, don't nosedive. Not after I just complimented you. Why have I no? Oh, right, I removed all the gyros. I'm like, why is it not moving? Oh, right, gyroscopes. Okay. Although the great part of this ship is it can fly upside down. Whee! Oh, God, okay. Oh, and I also don't have my side-to-side thrust anymore. Right! That's kind of important. Ah! Oh, God. Alright, let's head on down for a landing. We'll extend our landing gear. Graceful. Oh, so graceful. We can suck ourselves into the ground here. My spaceship is doing push-ups. Alright, so then when we want to lift off, we just press P. And it doesn't work. We're going to have mag plates on a thing. Which lock? I mean, it's gonna look really cool when it's done. It's gonna look real cool when it's done. Woohoo! Let this thing go. I love it. Alright. Absolutely beautiful. Where'd my stuff go? Oh, way over there. Prancing pony. Okay. It'll look cool, but its thruster will be its biggest weakness. Yes. I completely agree. Right. So. Yes, the biggest weakness is it doesn't have very good lateral thrust. So we're going to have to focus on that here. The lateral thrust can come from itty bitty thrusters, and they can come along in the form of a thruster pack right here and a thruster pack right here, which are aligned with the two thrusters. So hopefully that is aligned with the rest of the ship, so realistic thrust is not going to be that evil on it. We can also get some back here, although that might be a little bit more in the back than I wanted. But we can try to get some... We could try to get some midship. Am I really going to AI this? Like, seriously. Oh yeah, an undersigned as well. I don't think the AI is going to be very good at flying this ship. I have a sneaking suspicion the AI would not fly this ship very well. Oh, that's going to cook my landing gear. Oh, I don't want that. I don't know. I can... Oh wait, the thrust, the burn rates of these aren't very long, right? No, they're just 2 blocks. So I could theoretically tuck them in some better locations here. Yeah, okay, because I am putting a connector here. Let me just drop this and bring it over so I can actually cut this open and get that connector in there. Boom. Because we're going to get a thruster. Here. Like that. And I don't think the AI is going to do anything on this ship. I'm going to actually remove this AI modules. I'll put in the defensive one somewhere. But realistically, no one's flying this ship but me. Oh, yes. That's for bloody sure. Yeah, I'm going to move all this for a second. Then, what I could do is I could put on a conveyor converter and put on thruster here. I can have thrusters top and bottom back here. I don't know. I like the thrusters in the middle here. I could possibly just have a little cluster of 3. But I got a couple of thrusters in each direction now. And then with a space up here, I could conceivably place a turret right there. Right in the center of it. Okay. I need to make sure that programmable is off. I need to kill the override on all these thrusters so I can make another copy of this thing. Continuing along with the iteration of the design. Repeat. 4 turrets, 2 top, 2 bottom. I mean, I could just do the silly thing. I just put a turret on each thruster. They would be flailing around so much. The turrets wouldn't even be able to have time to track. It would just be like, oh, God. Alright. Let's do a little bit of armor shaping now. Yeah, it is a starter ship. So we don't need that much. We'll go with these. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Like that. Except down here, where we can go a little bit steeper. We can do this with no clang issues. We can make this just steep. We can make it steep like this. Yeah, baby, that looks good. That makes me feel good. I like it. And then we can put in some good pieces here. This is a job for this section, I believe. Yeah, it is. Okay. Getting these armor shapes in here. How is this gonna fit on there? Maybe we have to go into this group here. Find something that'll work there. See the half block corner? I'm a dum-dum. I could make this work. Sloped corner base. Is that like half? There's nothing in this group here that fits in this spot. So it's got to be this. And then in this, we can do the little tip. Just the tip. And then I guess it's just downwards. And then I kind of want this to now transition back this way, so I can have a block like here. Maybe like this. Forward. So this is just... Also, that's just a straight block. I don't know. I can make this transition nicely later. But that would be the concept. Might change those shapes later. And those shapes are just getting a little too complex for their own good. This can just go into this block to make this round off quicker over there. Sup? Welcome to the stream. I don't even know if this shaping is what I actually want it to look like in the end. I'm just doing some stuff. Just make it look like this, maybe. Call it good for now. And that's where I can put an antenna, because I like antennas when they're on the top like that. Hey, come on. I love antennas when they're in the center there. The GATs can be an add-on. At the start, it's just going to be the ship and the one turret, and that's it. But then, if you look at that, we have the landing gear come out of their little spots. That's kind of cool. That looks good. We also have a little bit of internal space here for stuff like programmables and such. We can sneak in here on each side. Yeah, I can sneak in an order detector somewhere along this. Somewhere. Order. I don't need it to be symmetrical with the order detector. So I can just put it into one of these arms here. Just bury it in here somewhere. Where can I bury this? Detector needs line of sight. Okay, well the detector can go like on there or something. And I'll figure out something else to put on the other side to balance it out. You know, I can just do dual connectors. It looks kind of cool. Dual detectors. Looks stupid, but whatever. And put some lights underneath them or something like that, or however. Ah, my lights. Okay. It's not what I wanted to do. Something around there. That looks cool. Alright, let's just roughly shape the armor now. So all this is basically going to be somewhat filled in. It's probably going to dip in a little bit. Like here and here. So it's going to be like dip in and dip out again. Well, I'll work with those shapes. So it's going to have like the little because here it actually needs to fully dip in because it will have to have access to the survival kit, but I'll do that in a moment here once we've got the armor sort of rough shaped. This will come forward to about there. This to there. We can do this. I like having these different slopes. Gives it an interesting shape to it. Oh yeah, I'm going to fix this section in a second. I just want it to be equal across the board for now. Down there, we'll have this rising up this way. So I can just go like this. Fit on here the best. Something like so. I'll have to change that side of it, but that's a good rough shape for it so far. And then similar down here. Tip it down like that. And then take the symmetry off, and we can clean up this side, which is just a slightly larger. Do that. There we go. I mean, that could be a good little engine pod. Once I cover all them up, it'll be exactly like this one here. Because realistically, what I could do, the script is off, right? Yeah. So I could copy. And go yoink. And then I can go yoink. Also, I gotta rotate this a little bit. Access from here, copy from that port, and I should, hopefully, just be able to paste it on. Hell to the yeah, baby! Hail to the king, baby! Also, my game's getting a little laggy. 0.7 sim. I think there's a few too many things in this area. Also, I don't think I need to be having to show the center of mass anymore on this stuff. Oh, there, yeah, that cleaned up my lag. That cleaned up my lag a lot. Alright, let's take, obviously, a copy of this, because we're going to move on. But also, let's just take a copy of this and fly it. I mean, it's 0.9 now, 0.8, but also I have like a giant amount of contraptions down on the testing grounds there on the planet. Oh, right, gyros. I keep forgetting gyros, man. It's kind of an important aspect of spaceflight. And we're going to take one main gyro and override it, and that's going to be always there. Am I pulling a splitsy or is he pulling a Kana? That's your question. Who forgot their gyros first? I mean, look at that. That thing is flying nicely. only thing I can think of is having a bit more lateral thrust. But I can make that work. I mean, this thing looks frickin' amazing. And it actually flies pretty well once you've got that one gyro. What happens if I have that off? Forward thrust pushes me down, but it's not... It's not too terrible. It's totally flyable. It's just a little bit choppy. I think one gyro with 50% power. So it's a bit easier for me to steer, but it's just going to hold me. Yeah, I just need a bit more side-to-side thrust. Okay, let's go and flop myself onto the planet here. Oh, God. Here are all my other creations. All my stuff. Also, this thing I think is just hovering. Yeah, it is. Park you. God damn it. Be parked. You're parked? Yeah, you're parked. This is one downside, is the thrusters seem to be still going even though I'm parked. So I'd have to have a thruster kill. But I mean, look at this thing go. Look at this thing fly. Dudes, it's so good. Yeah, I can set up an event controller timer thing for landing. So it would be like a landing mode where I'd like, it would kill my, like I would get down low. Like I would come in like this. I would come in, I'd do a brake, and I'd get down to like here. And then when I'm like here, I'd press one button, the things would extend, the thrusters would turn off, like it would go, like it would land. Like I'd like it also so the mag plates weren't auto. And like I could take these large thrusters, so VTOL thrust, and I could put that on my bar. And I would just be sitting there, and then the mag plates would lock like a second later. So the whole thing would be, I would fly into position, and I'd have a timer set up where I would press the button, the timer would extend, kill the thrust, wait a second, lock, something like that. And then when I'm taking off again, I could just flip all three at the same time. Let's call the thing a Bronco. All right. I mean, this is surprisingly stable once Okay, I'm going to turn that one gyro off again. I'm going to take that single gyro and put it on my bar here, so I can toggle it on and off with the override controls. So I'm going to turn the gyro off, and it pitches down. Yeah, so I have to constantly try to fight and pitch up with it. I turned that gyro on for that little bit of control. And look at this thing go. Look at it soar! Oh, it's doing great. Want to pitch up and go off to space, I just pitch up and go off to space. There's no worries. And I'm gonna have it sit here for a second. We'll have it sit just holding there vertically, and we'll double check the distances here. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, we're good. The thruster pods are far enough apart. So there's going to be no issues with those burning each other. Will I be using an H2 efficiency mod? Yes. I will be doing some kind of hydrogen changing mod. Yeah, full load of ice. Okay, I've got ice on me. So let's put ice in the H2O2 gen. Slightly tipping forward now. Ever so slightly tipping forward. Full cargo container means it ever so slightly tips backwards. I think this thing's actually pretty well balanced. I like this thing. I actually really like how this design's coming. Call the Red Bull. But I actually really like the idea of calling it the Bronco. You can say, oh yeah, it's named after because it's the nickname of the thing, because when you're piloting it, it feels like a bucking bronco. Ow. I'm going to do that multiple times throughout the series. When you go to space, you just aim up and go to space. Also, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous with the thruster effects. Like, look at that. Oh, Barbara, it's delicious. And you can see this is the flight mechanics when you got a full cargo load. The things just easily go into space. Probably. Actually, no. I think these handle the thrust overrides. Yeah, they manually handle the thrust overrides as part of the script. I'm sure you said at the beginning of the stream, but it was a mod list for the save. This is just my testing world. It's got a giant mod list, a bunch of stuff that is actually not going to be used in Season 5. So it's not really relevant what this mod list is, because this ship isn't using like half the mods. So just important to note that. Okay, let's port back to the moon. Let's get back to building. We've flown around at our leisure enough. Which mod adds the thruster effects? I believe it is MexPex thruster effects, or whatever it is. Yeah, I don't have an H2O2 gen on here. No, not H2O2. I mean a hydrogen generator right now. Oh, landed. Beautiful ship. Okay. There is no Oxy tank, but there is the O2H2 gen. So realistically, I should be able to refill my bottles and stuff through that. Oh, that's a very good question. Do I have... How is this ported together again? Because I might not be able to put any bottles into the... How is this set up? That's into the conveyor. Yeah, I can't get any bottles. Okay. The H2O2 generator is packed in there in a way that I cannot get to it through my... Put bottles in there, if I'm not mistaken. Let me spawn a bottle here. Each bottle. If I access the cargo here, and I go to O2, Yeah, I can't put bottles in. Yeah, so I can't get that on my H2O2 gen there. Alternatively, I can move the gen. I could conceivably put the gen here. You can refill those off the H2 tank, that's true. I can also put on the mod where you hold down the survival kit, or when you sit in a cockpit, your bottles will automatically recharge. But that's kind of, you know, silly. I could, theoretically... I just took a copy of this, right? Yes, okay, so I can start making some changes to it. I could cut that. I could have an H2O2 gen up here. I could conceivably... Let's cut all of this for a second. Batteries on the sides. I could conceivably have H2O2 gens like this on the side. Oh. Oh my god. I hate the fact that for a conveyor junction, there isn't a junction that has large ports on every single face. I have to have one that has small ports on one face. And that's annoying to me. I wish there was. So I need large ports here, here, and here in order to allow myself to transfer cargo. That's just a non-starter. So I have to have it like this. So I could conceivably put this here. I could have an H2O2 on the top to go into the large port, and therefore large port to large port, we're good. That would mess up the area where I was going to put the turret, but whatever. Yeah, give it a rotation here. True. So theoretically, I could put a turret on top of this. Could do something like that. Alternatively, I could have two of them. I could do it like this. And I could just leave these open so you can access them. And then I can... But that was going to be my battery space. But how much battery do I actually need on this ship? How much do I actually need? Rotate the connectors so the small's on the top, but then the smalls would be on the bottom, and then this connector wouldn't connect. I mean, I guess I could just say that my connector on the bottom is only good for, like, it can't transfer cargo out of it. I'd like it to be able to transfer cargo. But I could just not have a bottom connector. If I move the survival kit forward 2 blocks, it's the access to it's going to be buried too deep. Because I'm going to need to do this to have access to it. That's what it's going to look like in the end. If I do this, if I say goodbye to center connector, and I only have rear connector, it makes my life a lot easier. Because what I could do is I could take this across. I could cut this out. I could arrange so the smalls are on the top. Then I can go and put the H2O2 gens like this, with the larges inwards. So that gives me H2O2 gens. And then that also, the exterior of an H2O2 gen on that side actually looks somewhat decent. And so you could go and say thrusters. Bada bum, bada bum. And you can also, if you wanted to, do thrusters. Oh, I can turn this. I can totally turn that. Yeah, baby. I can turn it. I can do this instead. Which then gives me access to more conveyors here and here for more lateral thrust. So that gives me this little cluster of 4 lateral thrusts on each side with, like, that easily done. And then that, and then God, it's supposed to be a block. There we go. Then some blocks around it. And then like a turret there. And react. I could conceivably have that being ported in there. Or, ooh, I could do something where the engine is here on the sides. Flip the cargo for 2 engines. I rotate the cargo to the side. So you're saying, okay, I'm going to make sure this doesn't fall off. Connect that there. Take the cargo out. I can take cargo and rotate it this way. I can cut back this way. I can get out my engines and plug it in. Like this. I could conceivably have it be there, but that just looks ugly. That's very ugly for me. Oh, I don't know. I only need 1 battery on this thing. If I'm gonna have a large battery, I need 1. New series ship, it's a possibility, yeah. Because you probably haven't seen it fly yet. You should watch this. It's VTOL. And that's how it's going to fly. Yeah, ship is aiming for realism. The O2H2 generators and hydrogen engine will be realistic. I will be running that mod that makes it so that that conversion is net negative. So that if I had a set amount of ice and I was running an O2H2 gen to convert that into hydrogen, and then I was running the hydrogen engine in order to burn that afterwards, I would lose power instead of recharging my batteries. So the H2O2 generators are on here are not going to be powered by the hydrogen engines. The hydrogen engine will only be on here as an emergency backup power source, as in, oh crap, I'm out of everything that I could possibly have. I need something to turn on to give me some power. But I could say whatever to that, and I could just say I don't, and I could just put on a couple little hydrogen, warfare reactors or something. Oh, the new solar? Solar panels are big. Solar panels are chunky. I mean, I could conceivably have a solar panel over top the whole thing here. On the top. No turret. But I could get a solar panel on the top of that. I mean, they're the same size. Colorable ones. I could, conceivably, get a solar panel on the roof of this thing instead of the turrets. I could put like a sail of a panel on the back. Call it good. That's just silly. I don't know if this thing will have solar. I don't think this thing will have solar. I'm not even sure if this thing's gonna have a turret. Let's just make it turretless for now. I can add a turret in the series. I want to make this thing symmetrical around the center, so therefore, engine, like so. And it can come down something like that, or somehow, or somewhere, I don't know. And I gotta turn those engines off because they're noisy. I mean, what do we got along the center here? We do have a port there, so we could conceivably put a turret here. Because what we could do is we could do that, we could do that. We also have got this one coming forward. So easiest way we could do a turret is we'd take this, we'd take the reinforced tubular, so it wouldn't look that bad. Go reinforce tube, reinforce corner up into a turret. We're not going to get solar on this. It's too big. But that doesn't leave me any space to armor shape off of that thing, so it has to be here. Yeah, alternatively it could be up there, but then like if I place it there, the edges are like hanging off the sides of the engines, and I don't like that at all because it's not aesthetic for me. So I would do it to there. We're gonna go corner, blockies, and then we can go, at least we can, you know, close up that shape there, and then we can put on a turret. There. My game is getting a little laggy. Come on, FPS. Don't fail on me now. Battery too. Why? Where do I put the battery? I feel if I put it here, it's going to do too much weight in the back. Because we've also got all the weight from the cargo there. So I don't really want to put it there. I don't think there's enough room for it on the roof or anything. So I'm just contemplating putting in small batteries. And I can just sneak in some small batteries. What did that delete over here? Oh, yeah, I can totally sneak in some small batteries here. One there. One there, so 4 small bats. Because realistically, what am I running off of the batteries? I'm not running my thrust. I'm running a programmable. I'm running a ore detector, an antenna, my cockpit, some rotors, and that's pretty much it. I can't... Oh, the survival kit. How much is the H2O2 pull? Survival kit max input required is 200 kilowatts. Bats. Max output is 200 kilowatts. So it would technically run off a small battery. Technically. It wouldn't last very long, but it would run off of a small battery. The H2O2 gens would only be run when I had spare power somewhere. Like if I could land and connect up to a base. And run there. Alternatively, I think I can just sneak on way more, I think the front here is going to sort of go in and out, and then the back here can just span over like this. Let me grab some rubber shaping here. I can make some more room for myself. I can just come back like this. And have this extra bit of space in there that'll give me some room to do stuff with. So like I could conceivably go like this and go zoop. And that's where my batteries are. I know gyros. I know gyros. We'll get there. We'll get to gyros in a second here. I'm just searching for places I can stick in more small batteries. I'm thinking gyros are going to be here. Like that. I could mirror them too. I could have 8. I could put 2 more down here on each side. Lots of gyros to keep this bucking bronco in control. Do you have an O2 tank? I do not have an O2 tank. I'm thinking no O2, and I'm just going to run off of the H2O2s. I'll have ice on me. Yeah, but where would it... Oh, I guess maybe I could sneak in an O2 at the front here? Oh, I still have this generator here behind the cockpit, don't I? Yeah, I still have this bad boy. O2 tanks are 1 block bigger. So we're going to have to change that. The front's going to have to move forward a block. So we're going to have to cut this off here. And I'll probably want to reposition these in the future. And I'll want to reposition this stuff here. And then conceivably, I don't even need to make this one go back 1. I can just have this go straight up. Through a junction. Because I'll have enough room around it that I won't need to worry. I mean, I could use the new cab cockpit, but I am an industrial cockpit aficionado, because the cab cockpit you have to put up here. It's because its conveyors are down at the bottom in the back, so you have to do it like this. So it would be quite high. Also, it's not very good visuals, but I mean, I'm going to be flying around third person anyway. I, personally, like either just the normal cockpit, because that's in lines with its things, or the industrial, because it goes down, which gives my turret better field of view. Yeah, turret can fit right there, aligned with the front pauldrons. Right. Making some progress, boys. Making some progress. To reshape these bits of armor, but oh yeah, I'll have to figure out how this armor is all going to shape around here and such, but that can be off stream as well. Armor shaping is kind of an annoying thing if you're just sitting there doing it for hours until you go, oh, it looks about right, and then you're done. But I like the idea I had to have this section go with that. It gives some extra space here. Which I think I'm going to cut batteries there. Because then I can just have the batteries along the core, like right there. Vent for filling via depressurize? That's probably a good idea. I can probably do it right here. No, wait. Oh, the antenna's on the vent spot. We can find another vent spot. We'll find somewhere. We'll put an event somewhere. How's the CG? Let's find out. Center mass, please. It's a little bit forward now. But I could add... I still need to add more armor here. So... Seems to be working nicely. But we can take this thing, and we'll make a copy of it here. Do I have a program? I don't have a programmable. Okay, I need a programmable somewhere. Somewhere I can bury in a programmable. I think right here, at the back. We will bury in a pair of programmables, one on each side. And that... And we'll just cap that off easily. It's not complete, but it'll work for now, sort of thing. Yeah, that'll all work for now. We do have access to our survival kit through there. Oh, vent controllers, right. I probably want some timers, too. I can throw in ventos. Right there. Yeah, I'll get some modules. I'll probably put a defense module literally right there. I like it when some components are exposed. Not everything should be clad in armor. I feel like this should be forward to here. So this should possibly be there. And that should possibly be a full block. And then I'll armor shape it later. Remote control? No. Gone with these unwieldy things here. And then we'll just put a quick armor band over the top of here. Because there will be armor that goes up and over. Something maybe like that. If not, the tank will be kind of exposed. Who knows? I'll need to work on that. But that's a good place to copy it and move it on. Yeah, and spotlights, order detectors, oh, there's stuff to add to it. I just want to try flying it again. After we've done these changes. What is it? 2? Thrust. Vector thrust OS. There it is. Gyro and override. Four thrust in the side seems pretty strong. It's got plenty of thrust. And this is with... Well, we can... I guess we could fill it up with cargo. But I mean, it seems to be pretty good. I just gotta armor shape it, essentially, and put a couple of the accoutrements, like arrow detectors and such. But that's gonna be it for me tonight, because it's late, and I gotta go to work in the morning. Unfortunately, this is all we're gonna get done today. So I'm gonna just... we'll use the ship to tour the other ships that we've done. At least the versions of them. So, every time we made a major change, we copied the ship and moved along. I just got here. Unfortunately, I've got to go to work. I've already been streaming for almost 3 hours. I gotta go to work in the morning. We'll turn off those thrusters. And the thing can sit right there. So, I'll use the spectator camera because it's going to be way better than me flying around. We started off with just the concept. Just the idea of a ship with 4 thrusters and on a vectoring system. We got some basic ideas. Some basic layout. We expanded the layout, tried some different things with like guns at the front, the turret on the top. We expanded it a little bit more. Started to get the hinges, like the rotors and the stuff in position. We... what was the major change here? We repositioned the turret. We changed where the engine was. We extended the whole thing, didn't we? I feel like we did. Yeah, I feel like this one's longer than the other one. So we probably added some blocks in the middle. Yes, this was to get a downwards connector. There was a conveyor in there. Which we... Even though we're not using the downwards connector anymore, it is actually... like legitimate to extend it because we needed also the distance for these thrusters so they wouldn't burn each other. This we started to armor shape. We've got the thruster balls. We had to adjust its size a bit more so that it wouldn't burn. We did some more shaping. We've got the H2O2 generators on the sides now and the engines in the center on the top, nicely symmetrical, and an oxygen tank here. And then some more armor shaping and some more finer details. And that is our VTOL ship so far. And the thing kicks ass. We can go over here. We can plop a full medium cargo full of iron plate, like steel plate, which is a pretty good approximation. We'll get our H2O2 gens full of ice to get their weight approximations. We'll turn those thrusters back on. That's the rotors, thrusters. And we shall see if we just push forward a little bit. We're pitching up slightly, and that's with the gyro on override, just to hold us steady. But easily more than enough thrust here to lift off and fly with a full load. And if I want to go up, we have some good speed there. And let's just do a final test where we'll take this heavily loaded thing and we'll zip it over to my testing grounds on planet. And I'll just go boop. And yeah, we're flying on atmosphere with a full cargo load. And the tentative name so far was the Bronco, just because flying it is like riding a bucking bronco. It's a little difficult. But I think this thing is looking amazing. And honestly, it flies pretty well. Like if I wanted to fly over here to this ore patch. We can fly on down. I love how the thrusters like do full 360s. And we can just hover here. The great part is we can hover at any angle. So I can hover pitched up like this if I need to. Or I can hover pitched down. So theoretically, if I added a drill somewhere to this thing, it would be very easy for me to just like pitch straight down and drill down like that, because I can hover here pointing straight down, and I can hover pointing straight up. I can actually hover inverted because the thing don't care. Ship don't care if I'm inverted. I like the ship. But that's going to be it for now. Oh god, no, not ready for the workshop. There's a lot of armor shaping, and there's a lot of little bits and pieces like spotlights and navigational lights and ore detector and that kind of stuff. I gotta sneak in here. But I'll get to that eventually. But for now, we have a pretty kick-ass does the thrust to leave atmo? I mean, it has the thrust to fly on planet, so it has the thrust to leave the planet. That's for sure. And this is all using realistic thrust. This entire evening was using realistic thrust. And so if I put this into just normal thrust, like if I save out of here, and let's go and remove realistic thrust, the thing's probably going to fly so much better. I won't have to have my override on that gyro because it'll just be normal. 3 gig world safe. Yeah, yeah. Some of my worlds get pretty big. So it happens when you play on them for an entire series long. Or you do a lot of editing and do a lot of stuff in a world. But that's 3 gigs because it's a bunch of individual like 100 megabyte saves or like 200 megabyte saves, and I just have like 50 of them in backup or something like that. So the individual save isn't that big, but it's the fact that I have like 50 backups, so that if I need to, I can go like a couple episodes back if I'm doing a series in case something gets absolutely screwed up. But we'll try this out with normal thrust, and it's probably just going to fly like a dream. The only downside is I got aerodynamics on as well, so it'll probably have some little bit of lift that'll occur. Yeah, it'll be fine. Gonna pass out. Good night. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be stopping here in about 2 minutes anyway, so good time to leave. Tuning with Mayo. See you next time. Oh god. Ah! I think the program needs to be recompiled. It's just like, oh god, recompile. Apply tags. What is it? Apply tags. Apply tags. Oh god. Why is it? Why are you having so much issues? Why are you derpy now? The hell? What happened to it? Okay. Recompile. What's wrong with you? Okay, this thing's just gone full derp. Whatever it did, it broke. But that's going to be it for tonight. We managed to build a somewhat functional VTOL thing. And I will do some more work on it off camera because it's just a bunch of fiddly armor shaping. And I believe this is a good candidate for something I can build or start with in Season 5. But that's going to be it for it tonight. Thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.